And we're back on Day of Giving, and we mentioned getting to have each of the deans come on today, and we have our second dean, Dr. Ken Harwood, the Dean of the College of Health and Education. Thank you for joining us today.
I'm glad to be here. Glad to be here.
First of all, just tell us a little bit about your career path and what brought you to Marymount.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to say welcome everyone to here, faculty, staff, friends of the college. We're really excited about this day, and hopefully you'll be able to participate also. I've come to Marymount about 2 months ago. Most of my career, I was trained as a physical therapist, and then I was mostly doing research in biomechanics and prevention, which I think in the United States, we don't spend enough time on prevention. But most of my career, I've been in education at Columbia University, New York University, George Washington University, and finally made it to Marymount, which I'm really happy to be here.
And what majors and programs are housed under the College of Health and Education?
Well, that's a great question. And as many of you may know, we've actually gone through a pretty significant restructuring here. The college is fairly new. We actually have 4 schools within the college. I won't be able to go through all the programs. It will take us a relatively long time to do that. But basically, we have the School of Education, which actually is training teachers to be working in both primary and secondary education, and our very successful online a doctorate of education, which has actually been really doing very well. We have people throughout the country actually in this program. The College of Nursing, which actually, again, a really important career choice for many people, have accelerated programs for individuals that actually have a degree and wish to become a nurse fairly quickly, as well as graduate degree programs and our traditional nursing programs. Again, we have been very active. Hopefully you've seen on the video right before this, some of our nursing students at work, both in the important work of COVID vaccine as well as screening. Our School of Health Sciences, which actually houses our Doctor of Physical Therapy program, our transitional OTD and PT degree. So this is individuals who have the degree and wish to get a doctorate. And then finally, we have our very important School of Health Sciences, where we have public health education and also programs like exercise physiology, etc., that actually really looks at not only prevention but also looking at wellness. And then finally, our School of Counseling. And our School of Counseling also is growing as we speak. They just received a very large grant from HRSA, which basically is really looking at kind of what our mission for our whole college is, which is really addressing individuals who are maybe not as well represented in the health and educational fields. So basically, we're looking at trying to increase the numbers of individuals from Hispanic backgrounds as well as underrepresented populations and low-income people that actually provides them a great career in mental health. Again, an important field to be looking at after the COVID crisis.
Yeah, my next question was going to be about the pandemic, which obviously affects a lot of your majors pretty directly. How did that create some additional challenges, but maybe some new learning opportunities for
Yeah,
students?
that's a great question. I think, the obvious answers is that we did pivot pretty quickly over to online learning. And that's a challenge for those professions like nursing and physical therapy. So we did actually have to come in also to actually do hands-on work. But basically, we really focused on perfecting our online learning platform. So we concentrated a lot on trying to make it as good an experience as possible. But also the unique challenges is really kind of looking in the future, which is telehealth. How do we provide services through the internet and through recorded messaging? So they basically have worked really strongly on that. And we're probably going to be seeing in the United States within the next 5-10 years an increase of uses of telehealth. But I think there's also some really interesting parts. We really became committed to our community here, not only Arlington County, but also the nearby counties, to try to provide services to the community. And not only by the nursing students helping with vaccinations and also screening, but also looking at how we can help Arlington County in the future. And in fact, I had a conversation yesterday with the Department of Education, and specifically on mental health services for individuals who really have suffered greatly through the COVID crisis.
And this is Day of Giving, so what are some of the fundraising opportunities, under your college, or maybe some of your major goals moving forward?
Yeah, I have a very encouraging, maybe, agenda, and it's far-reaching. Obviously, at this point, our major focus right now is to provide services for students to actually allow them to come into the university, to be successful here, and also to graduate without a horrible loan debt. So basically a lot of it is focused on student learning and student support. But we are looking at actually providing services to the community, and what my goal is within the next 4 to 5 years is to also hopefully develop a clinic where we actually can provide like physical therapy services and mental health services and nursing services, especially with doctors of nursing practice, to actually provide services here. And it would be a great learning experience for individuals who are here in the colleges. So basically what we hope to do is not only provide support for our students and the community, but also develop clinical services that can really help grow not only our program. And we're also developing new programs. I'm right about to move forward on the development of a speech language pathology coursework. We have a number of certificate programs going forward. So we're really trying to not only grow the services, but also to go back to our mission, which is actually trying to work with the community and work with the overall kind of goal of, how do we improve society.
And on that note, finally, we do have an alumni participation challenge, $15,000
right.
to be split up that the 3 colleges, along with athletics, are competing for. That's based on just most unique alumni donors of any amount. So what would you like to pitch to your graduates?
Yeah, I think at this point, first of all, I really hope you all participate in this. It's a really important work that we're trying to do here, and actually this kind of support is really important to us. Right now, probably our major component is those 2 things. Really, how do we provide support for our students, and that's also providing learning supports. We just opened up an exercise physiology lab, and we're looking to grow that research. So we're actually increasing our research a lot, so basically support for there. But also, within the next, hopefully, couple of months or so, we'll be looking for donations to help us develop this clinic that will provide services throughout the region.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. It's great to hear about what's been happening in the College of Health and Education, and we've got more coming for you here on Marymount's Day of Giving.